The figure below is drawn on square grids. The distance between two adjacent dots is labeled. The shaded region is bounded by a semicircular arc, a 3/4 arc, and two line segments. Find the area and the perimeter of the shaded region. So what the question is trying to say is this: 3/4 of an arc refers to this. This is 3/4 of an arc in pink, and this refers to the semicircular arc. Now, this is a rectangle. So let's now go ahead and find the area of this shape. Alright, if this is 3, this length has to be 6. So let's type 6 here. If this is 3, this entire length has to be 12. Let's do it in red so that we can keep it straight. This entire length of the rectangle has to be 3 times 4, 12. Okay, so we can find the area of this rectangle, which is length times width, which is 6 times 12, which is 72. So let's type the number here. This is 72. Now all I need to do is find the area of this semicircle. Now the area of this semicircle, let's do it in green, has to be half of the area of the whole circle. The area of the whole circle is going to be pi r square. R happens to be 3. And I have to divide it by 2 because I don't want the whole circle, I want only half of the circle. Now 3 square is 9, 9 divided by 2 is 4.5 pi. I'm going to leave it like this, 4.5 and pi. Okay, so what are we doing here? Here, the radius of this 3/4 of a circle, which is in pink, is 6. Area of the whole circle, once again, will be pi r square, where r is 6. But I only want 3/4 of the circle, so I'm going to do 3/4 of pi r square. Pi r square. R happens to be 6, so I'm going to write 6 square. And square square. Now let's do our math here. This 6 square is 36. 36 divided by 4 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. So I'm getting 27 pi. Alright, so I'm actually done with area. The area of this whole shape is going to be 72 plus 4.5 plus 27, 4.5 pi plus 27 pi plus 72. So let's do that here. Now 27 pi, I'm going to evaluate that, and it turns out to be 84.82. Turns out to be 84.82. 72 is 72, and this turns out to be 4.5 pi turns out to be 14.14 or 137. 14.14. Now if I add these three numbers, what do I get? My final answer. 84.82 plus 72 plus 14.14, and we're going to add it up, plus 84.82 plus 72 plus 14.14 turns out to be 170.957, and the unit has to be centimeters squared. So that's my answer for the area, 170.957. Let's go ahead and find the perimeter of this shape. The perimeter should include this part in green, this part in red, and this semicircular arc in blue, and this line segment or straight line in pink. Now, if this is 3, this red segment has to be 6. Has to be 6. And the pink segment, if this is 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 times 3 is 12. The pink segment has to be 12. I'm going to put it right here. Now, we need to find the length of the green arc, which is 75% or 3/4 of the whole circle. The entire circle would have been 2 pi r. Note, the radius is 6 in this case. The radius is 6. So, if this is 6, to find the green part, I don't need these green lines because they're not a part of the perimeter of the shape. I only care about this green arc, which turns out to be 3/4 times 2 pi r. R is 6. Now this turns out to be, you can do a little bit of math here, 2 divides 4 and you get 2, so you're going to get 9 pi. You're going to have 9 pi here. Nine pi turns out to be 28.27. 9 pi turns out to be 28.27. In a similar manner, we're going to find the length of this blue semicircular arc. And how do we do that? Well, this is a semicircle with a radius of 3. It's the diameter. The radius is 3. So the length of this blue arc, I don't need the diameter, only the arc, is going to be half times 2 pi r. 2 pi r happens to be 3, and which boils down to 3 pi. Which turns out to be 9.424, which turns out to be 9.424. Now your final answer should be the sum of 28.27, 12, 6, 9.42. Add all of them up and you're going to get it. 27 plus 12 plus 6 plus 9.424. And let's see what that turns out to be. About 55.69, and the unit should be cm.